What's going on, guys? Got another video for you here. So today we're talking about this man right here. This is Scott Lane, the game director of New World. This guy right here recently had a talk at Gamescom and talked about some really cool stuff. Talked about the future updates to the game and revealed two new concept art for new weapons on the way. And so I want to talk about that and give a little bit of clarity on it. Now, I know people have talked about this before, but I think I have some insight on this that might be interesting. So I guess I'll let you guys decide. So first here, let's jump into the images. This is actually an image of the Void Gauntlet, right? And we know this is the Void Gauntlet because they have it got leaked through a data mine originally, and then second, this image actually got leaked. I believe it was from a German streamer or a Russian streamer. They had two people who got to play a developer version of the game, and they recorded it and uploaded it to YouTube. And one of the weapons that they used was the Void Gauntlet. Also in that footage, they had footage of a blunderbuss, which was under development and could not be looked at, really didn't have any info. And they had daggers, which were also didn't seem to be playable, but seemed to have a little bit of developer time put into it so far. So it looked like both those kind of like in development stage, but the Void Gauntlet here was actually complete, and there was a few of them that were able to find in the game, and they equipped it and were able to run around with the Void Gauntlet on in the developer version of the game. Which what that means is that they're testing it, they want to get it out. You know, there's a process that goes there that makes sure that by the time you and me get it, it's actually a really good weapon that's fun to use. So here's some other variants of it. There's another variant right there. That's the Void Gauntlet again. This one is with a fox head on it. And one of their things that they put in there was another weapon. And a lot of people said that this was a Void Gauntlet. I gotta tell you, this is not a Void Gauntlet. Sorry to tell people this is not a Void Gauntlet. It's possible this is a variation on it, but if we look at Ice Gauntlet to Void Gauntlet, it was very clear that the way that they held this little circle here was very important. And that was very key indicator that it was different from the previous gauntlet. And so again, in this one, we have the circle, but instead of it being grasped as the hand as a whole, it's being grasped at the rim. And every single one of these has two little points on it, right here and right here. And this makes it look like, you know, there's like a little connection here. This is very different from the previous ones, which did not have that, right? The ones on the previous one had 3 connections on them. They did not have 2, and they all had the exact same with a little bit of change. So going here and looking at these look very different. Very different indeed. So I actually wanted to kind of come up with some theories on what this was, because I was kind of interested in it. I was kind of interested in what this would be. So my theory is that well, there are, what kind of elements do we have in the game so far? And these are the elements that we have available in the game. We have nature, we have void, ice, fire, lightning, and our arcana. Now, so far, nature goes with the healing staff, and ice gauntlet is out in the game, so we know what that goes. And we have fire staff for the fire, and we've already seen and had leaked the Void Gauntlet, right? So that basically knocks out 4 of these right here, right? 4 of these have been knocked out, and that means the 2 remaining ones that we can get are going to be lightning or arcana. So this is actually probably a gauntlet for lightning or arcana, because we don't have that damage type in the game right now. And what's even more interesting is that some monsters are actually weak to lightning and arcana. So the corrupted are weak to arcane. I keep saying arcana, it's arcane. I misspelled it in the slide. So some monsters like the Corrupted are weak to arcane, and in the ancient monsters, the skeleton monsters, right, they're weak to lightning damage. And so the fact that we don't have this available into the game other than through these crystals is a little strange. So I actually think that this is probably going to be lightning or arcane damage, right? We haven't really seen what arcane damage looks like in the game, other than maybe if those sentinel beams count as arcane. Yeah, we haven't really seen a whole lot of that, and there's very few monsters in the game that are lightning. There's some lions and Ebonskull Reach that are lightning type monsters, but we really haven't seen very many of those either. So this is probably a lightning or arcane gauntlet. Pretty interesting here. I haven't really seen anybody talking about this, that this is maybe arcane or lightning. So hope to get your thoughts on that. Now, I had one more thing here. I wanted to kind of make sure I got everything in. The other thing that has been mentioned in here, the other thing that's been mentioned is a two-handed greatsword. Two-handed greatsword, and we see here there's two hands and a greatsword. It's also a little longer than the regular sword and shield that you have in the game currently. This might be a hint towards Blunderbuss also, but I would expect it to be a little different in appearance. But yeah, so here is the two-handed greatsword, and this has actually been shown in the most recent trailer. So here is the trailer, and you can see at the very end of this trailer, we get some new monsters in here that we haven't seen before. And at the very end of this, we actually have a slow motion cap with two-handed sword, which is very, very, very interesting. Which kind of means two things. One, the two-handed sword is actually in the game and playable. The fact that they have it on model here and to have it animated suggests that this is already kind of ready to rock and roll, which is pretty interesting. And on top of that, we might begin it pretty soon. Now, one thing to keep note here is that when we had Scott Lane here talking about the future of the game, is that he said that there would be events in the future. You know, there's holidays around the corner. There's Thanksgiving, there's Christmas, there's Halloween, and that he's interested to see what those would bring to Aeternum, hinting that there is something coming to the game in the near future for those holidays. This looks like something. This looks like a new game mode to me. It looks like it's either a really hard expedition, possibly. It may be a horde mode type thing, like you had in Gears of War, where you have hordes of monsters just pour in on you. But this looks like something new because there's a few monsters in here that have been reskinned, and there's a few monsters in here that we haven't seen before, and we don't really know how they work. And so I find that interesting that those are in this trailer. And on top of that, we have the game director hinting that there's going to be something coming for the holiday season. So hopefully we'll see what that is. Now, one thing to keep in note is that they have modeled this game a lot after Destiny, so we'll probably see something for Halloween, and we'll probably see something for Christmas, and we probably won't see something for American Thanksgiving, which is in November, for people who don't know. So yeah, I would expect something for Halloween in October. Probably get a new weapon, maybe a new game mode or something. Something small, nothing that big, right? I don't expect any big updates, but I could see a weapon coming out around Halloween, and maybe some theme, coming out with that, some Halloween event. And then for Christmas, I could see another weapon coming out. We already know that the daggers, Blunderbuss, are in development, and those are in the pipeline as well. So lots of things to be excited about here. Let me know what your thoughts are. I didn't mention all the weapons that have been data mined because those really haven't been officially confirmed, but these are 3 different confirmed weapons, right? Two-handed sword, Void Gauntlet is confirmed, and it looks like some type of other gauntlet, arcane or maybe lightning. What weapons do you guys want to see? Let me know in the comments, and I'll try to respond to as many as possible. Catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace!